Good evening. As we gather this evening as a Winston community, we pause for reflection and gratitude for these outstanding young men and young women. We are thankful for these graduates whom we celebrate tonight. May they feel a sense of achievement and excitement for what their future holds. We are thankful for their imprint upon the Winston School. We are thankful for all who have provided support, guidance, and mentorship to them as they work towards the goal of graduation. Please take a moment to pause so you may reflect and express gratitude in a personal and meaningful way. May the spirit of light enter into our graduation and bless our ceremony. May our graduates feel our love and joy for them in this momentous occasion. May we be united in our gratitude and pride for our 2024 Winston graduates. You may be seated.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to all of the parents, my parents, family, friends, and loved ones here today. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the administration, and the faculty and staff of the Winston School, it is my honor to welcome you to our 39th graduation ceremony, celebrating the graduating class of 2024. It's been a long time coming. Before we begin, I'd like to dedicate a short quote from a great American poet to my fellow graduates. Not a single one of us here today has done it alone. We are each a patchwork quilt of those who have loved us, those who have believed in our futures, those who showed us empathy and kindness, or told us the truth, even when it wasn't easy to hear. Those who told us we could do it when there was absolutely no proof of that. Someone who read stories to you and taught you to dream. I hope you'll find your own way to express your gratitude for all of the steps and missteps that have led us to this common destination. Thank you.
At the beginning of this year, the Winston Upper School Student Council will no longer be giving a general gift. Instead, we are committing to providing one graduating senior with a $500 stipend to help cover the costs involved in transitioning into college. We wish to honor a student who is a positive role model of excellent character and who is both diligent and studious. The winner will be determined by the Upper School Honor Council. The stipend will be known as the Revy J. Evans Scholarship. This year, award goes to
Austin Johnson.
It is an honor and my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's commencement speaker, Mr. Ken Womack. An established, bona fide fine artist with an impeccable conceptual mind, Ken founded Dallas advertising agencies Ship Option J, Agent 485, Mind Handle, and now Hack over his 35-year advertising career. Building on his impressive long career as an artist, director, and creative director, Ken thrives on innovative ways to communicate visually. He pushes creative boundaries, stretches imagination, and flexes his creative chops to ensure the storytelling is always magnetic and never static. Ken's ad work has garnered recognition by Clios, Addie's, Denver Art Directors Club, Communications Arts, and his brand experience includes Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, TGI Fridays, Chili's, Cook's Children's Medical Center, Coors, Frost Bank, Nothing But Cakes, and Pizza Hut. Among Manhandler's successful employee branding projects, Ken has created winning work for Top Golf, At Home, Texas Health Resources, and Raising Cane's. Ken throws himself fully into his artistic pursuits, whether it's advertising, painting, or sculpting. Of course, it's no surprise he's such a hard-winning artist. Ken is the son of a rodeo cowboy and a ballerina. I'm most especially pleased and proud to say that he is also a member of the Winston School Board of Trustees. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ken Womack.
Fantastic. How am I going to make it after that? Okay, can you hear me all right? Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the Winston Schools class of 2024. All right, everybody, give yourselves a hand. This is awesome. Congratulations. And of course, let's congratulate their families and friends. I know you're all very proud of the graduates, and this is a real accomplishment and worthy of celebration. I'd like to also extend those sentiments to the teachers, faculty, counselors, coaches, friends, and anyone who helped make this happen, anybody who helped get people from one side of the stage to the other. Everybody take a victory lap. It's great. For those of you who have not met me, as Rebby said, my name is Ken Womack, and I serve on your Board of Trustees, specifically on the Arts Committee. Tonight it is my great privilege to speak in honor of this year's graduates. But before I do that, I'd be committing speaker malpractice if I didn't recognize Miss Rebby Evans. As you all know, Mrs. Evans is also graduating tonight. And we're very fortunate to have worked beside her and to have witnessed her impact on the lives of countless students and faculty here at Winston. Last year, I witnessed the magic of the Winston School experience firsthand, channeled through none other than Mrs. Evans herself. In the spring, the trustees sit in on classes so that we might be able to witness the curriculum, the teachers, the students, just observe the process. I'm a fine artist, and as a creative person, sometimes schedules get the better of me. And I was late getting my requests in for classes that I wanted to attend. It was a lot like college. And Miss Evans warmly assured me that she would make accommodations for me. And when I turned up, she had done that very thing, finding me a spot in the video game development class, which was great. But what was extraordinary was how Mrs. Evans made me feel in the moment. I apologized for my tardy class request, and with a single look, she put me at ease. Instead of judgment, I saw compassion. That look let me know that she had been in this situation many times before, and that Winston is a place where empathy and understanding are the standards by which we judge interaction. It was such a personal introduction to the special attention that you students receive on a daily basis in the community that Mrs. Evans and so many others have helped to create and foster over the last 49 years. It really couldn't have been a more poignant illustration of the Winston culture for a new trustee. Thank you, Mrs. Evans, for your many contributions to this institution. We are all indebted to you. And as Rebbe departs for her next assignment, we welcome Dr. Jen Milam to carry on the great traditions as head of school here at Winston. We all look forward to working with Dr. Milam and her leadership and guidance. I can assure you, everyone, we remain in very good hands. The Winston School holds a foundational cultural belief in helping students find a nurturing place where they truly belong, a place where they can feel comfortable, so that they can learn and grow and become the person they want to be, the person they're meant to be. On the Winston website is captured with the phrase, "We have a place just for you." It's not a slogan, it's a truth. It's the secret sauce that makes this place exceptional. That message shows up in practice every day in the halls here, in the supportive interactions and in the relationships between students, teachers, parents, coaches, faculty, and no doubt you've heard that sentiment echoed from the graduates themselves with increased frequency over the last few weeks, because they're realizing that moving on to the next part of their life's journey is making the class of 2024 appreciate the true value of being understood and accepted unconditionally, and that they're going to miss this place for those very important reasons. So after you are all done properly celebrating this milestone, the task for the class of 2024 is to begin building on their experiences here and to start to find their place in the world beyond Winston, to explore and define their identity as adults and how they're going to shape the world. Now that's a big ask, and so how are we going to tackle that one? Well, how about we start here? Graduates, always remember that you are unique. You're different. And being different is a feature, not a bug, despite what you may have felt at times in your life. The thing that makes you truly original provides you a perspective that no one else possesses. And that's your superpower, the quality that allows you to achieve and create things that inspire and move people. We as a society do not routinely seek out ordinary. Nobody buys advance tickets for mundane. What we want and what we need, what we desire as humans is spectacle and wonder. What we live for is inspiration, enlightenment, entertainment, memorable experiences, the wow of life. And the things that really get us pumped up are created by unique individuals with diverse points of view, oftentimes forged through challenging situations. Dig into the past of your favorite musicians, artists, writers, thought leaders, the people that inspire and motivate you. What you'll find is that the path to genius is often uneven, and many times it's difficult. But the life lessons that accompany the challenges of people who think and learn differently play out in unexpected and beautiful ways. If you haven't yet fully come to peace with your mind's operating system, view it as a gift. And the rewards of that gift are the chance to show the world a color they've never seen, or a turn of phrase that prompts an act of kindness, or perhaps an idea that solves a crucial problem the world is yet to unravel. You can make a difference with your difference. But it requires work to harness and refine your superpowers so that you can use them for good. Finding your voice, your purpose, your path demands introspection and humility, self-awareness and maturity, the ability to be honest with yourself about the decisions that define your life and the impact your choices make on others and on society. This is peak adulting, and you'll be working on your adult game from here on out. It's one of life's great challenges, and mastering that challenge makes it all worth doing. Everybody loves Dr. Seuss, and his books are quoted a lot this time of year because the great Theodore Giesel somehow figured out a way to make lessons fun. Usually it's Other Places You'll Go, which beautifully captures the process of negotiating life. But there's another children's book by Robert Lopsher entitled Put Me in the Zoo that was always my personal favorite, and one that I think fits well here tonight. You may know the book. It tells the story of an unusual creature that can't fit in at a zoo because it's different from the other animals there. The creature has polka dot spots and can do all kinds of cool and entertaining things with these spots, but it's too weird for the zoo. And after numerous attempts to stick there, the zoo unceremoniously throws the creature out. Understandably feeling sad, misunderstood, and unwanted, the spotted creature sits sulking outside the zoo. In response to its anguish, another character in the story has an epiphany and says, with all the things that you can do, the circus is the place for you. And it is. This one-of-a-kind spotted creature indeed has found its place in the world. In the circus, the creature's entertaining antics are welcomed and celebrated. It's overjoyed, filled with purpose and excitement, like you graduates, for what the future now holds. It tried really hard to fit into the zoo. It really did. It didn't give up. It kept on trying until it finally found a home that allowed it to be loved and appreciated for what it was, and not something it was trying to be. It's a fantastic story that absolutely sticks to the landing. Doggedly pursue your place in this world, because when you find it, like the spotted circus creature, everything just falls into place. Understanding who you truly are and what you love to do and how you can help others allows you to lead a meaningful, joyous life. Your path is out there, and your task is to find it. But to do that, you have to be in touch with your feelings, and you have to look for the signs the universe is sending you, because your place just might be the place you never anticipated or expected. About that. I grew up in Houston, Texas, and as Rebbe said, the son of a rodeo cowboy and a ballerina. And yes, you heard that right, that's kind of weird. Despite their wildly different backgrounds, my parents both enthusiastically supported and nurtured my creative pursuits growing up, and they greenlit my plan to major in fine arts in college without complaint or objection. You could say they were like my Winston school. After finishing high school, I attended the University of Texas at Austin and graduated in 4-ish years with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. I wanted to be a graphic designer, perhaps an illustrator, art director, maybe all three of those things, which happened. But after obtaining my degree, I was unable to find steady creative work in Austin, so I moved back to Houston. And wait for it, back in with my mom. Yeah. The struggle was real. My father had passed away unexpectedly earlier that year, and both my mother and I were attempting a reboot. I was determined to regain momentum in my life, so I took the first legitimate job I could find as a medical recruiter at a small company in Houston called Dalton Roberson. My job was to source and place medical doctors in rural hospitals in small towns in the Midwest, like the bustling metropolis of Elkhart, Indiana, for example. This was before the internet and before cell phones. Also, it turns out that doctors are really busy and they don't care much to talk on the phone. So, too long didn't read. It was a difficult ask with a very low chance of success. In hindsight, it almost felt like an elaborate prank. Nonetheless, I worked hard and I didn't give up. I was at Dalton Roberson for 2 months. It was a 100% commission job and I didn't make a single dollar. Instead of financial reward, what I received was a great life lesson. And it went a little something like this. One day, after I had finished making my calls to some obscure hospitals in the Rust Belt, something in my office caught my eye. It was the 1980s, so everyone had an office, whether they deserved one or not. It was a law. My office contained standard issue 1980s furnishings, desks, chairs, bad art, but up until now, the faux ficus tree in the back of my office had flown completely under the radar. So I find myself on this fine afternoon closely examining this ficus tree for the first time, and to my surprise and delight, I discover that the plastic leaves are detachable. Fueled by this revelation, I found some magic tape, and I began taping up all of the ficus leaves on the wall in my office in great swirling patterns. It was glorious. And when I had finished my unfunded art installation, I paused for a moment to admire my handiwork, as anyone would. About that time, my boss, Bart Roberson, strode in. Bart was the owner of the company and possessed an amazing vintage 1980s mustache, very Ned Flanders. So in walks Bart and his mustache, and this was the classic sitcom boss entrance. He has a stack of papers in his hand. He's in mid-sentence, something about filing TPC reports, and he stops dead in his tracks when he sees how I've redecorated his office. I can tell he's impressed. After the shock wears off a bit, he looks at me, sitting crisscross applesauce on top of my desk, and he says, "Ken, I don't think that this is the job for you." To which I reply, "You know, Bart, you might be onto something." I shook his hand, and I thanked him, and I left that very minute. And I went straight home, and I called every single advertising agency in Houston, using the Yellow Pages, which was the internet of the 1980s. And thus began my freelance graphic design business. Within 2 weeks, I had some projects, and I landed my first ad agency gig within 6 months. I then spent the next 30 plus years as an art director and creative director in ad agencies big and small, the last 20 years in agencies with funny names that I founded and managed myself. My fateful incident with the ficus tree was the proverbial aha moment, a singular point in time in which I knew with shocking clarity the true direction of my life. The universe screamed at me to fashion a creative life for myself, and it wasn't going to take no for an answer. All the signs, or in this case, the ficus leaves, were literally there in front of me on the wall. Had I resisted in that moment, I would have been served other reminders to follow my true nature. I'm certain of that. But I didn't require much convincing. I knew what to do and what I wanted to do because it felt right in my gut. That ridiculous but true story secured my creative freedom. It gave me permission to work my side hustle, painting and sculpting, as I made my way through the ad business over the years. And now, after decades of refining my skills, I have a fine art business starting to take off, and the personal satisfaction and joy from that success is sublime. I am literally and figuratively living the dream. So listen closely to your inner voice, or the universe, or whatever thing you turn to for guidance. Tune into that and pay attention. If you look for the signs in your life, you'll find the clarity to define your direction and the impetus to keep it on point. At times, we can all find ourselves deep diving into TikTok rabbit holes, or in my case, corgi content. Anyone? And we lose sight of what really matters, perhaps. Practice staying present in the moment. Be intentional and be mindful of what you stand for and who you are becoming as a person. Understand what it takes for you to achieve your dreams and make a plan to that end. And then work the plan. Work it, stick to it. Work the plan and feel your way to your best, most fulfilling life. The namesake of this school, Winston Churchill, was in touch with his feelings. Unexpected for a man whose life is so indelibly linked to the graveness of a world war. For all his exploits in the face of tyranny, Churchill retained his humanity, displaying rare, disarming vulnerability for the time. He cared deeply for the people of his country, and he dedicated his life to defending them and freedom. He himself had learning differences. He struggled in school, and that took a great emotional toll on him. In his middle years, he began painting as a way to fend off depression, what he called the black dog. Churchill was doing art therapy before art therapy was cool. What a visionary. He understood the power of creative expression, and like the Dallas school that would later bear his name, he was a staunch advocate for the arts. He steadfastly campaigned to his countrymen as to its critical nature and as a cause to vigorously protect and defend. His own personal need to paint undoubtedly informed his opinions because he learned through painting the vital role creative expression plays within the complex emotional fabric of society. When Parliament suggested cutting funds to the arts to bolster the war effort, Churchill rejected this notion flatly, exclaiming, "What are we fighting for?" The Winston School shares much with Churchill the person. His passion and his spirit, along with his name, his empathy, unwavering intellectual curiosity, the humility to self-assess, his never, never, never give up conviction. The parallels are fitting, and they serve as a reminder to all here, especially the class of 2024, of just how deep the convictions run. Graduates, as you say your goodbyes to the Winston School, I'd like you to consider just how fortunate you are to have found a place that really gets you. I implore you to take the lessons learned here in this special school and find the place on this planet that brings out the best in you, nurtures you, makes you feel like the unique person you are, and then get on to the business of changing the world. Be different. Pursue your place in this world like your life depends on it. Remain alert for your aha moment, work the plan, and ask yourself, what am I fighting for? And know that Winston is cheering you on. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations and best of luck to the class of 2024. And to you, Rebbe. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Chris Ames. I'm the head of the upper school, and I have the honor of presenting the gift of words, which is a great tradition. This program is basically set up so that students were asked to describe their classmates and identify the traits that they most were impressed with. And in a second, I'm going to read to you an aggregate of those writings, but first, I want to identify another gift that actually has already been given to you graduates, a gift that has been bestowed upon you, but you may not be aware of this yet. This gift came with a big price tag. It's an extremely valuable gift. It's actually worth a lot more than the price paid. The gift is sitting in front of me here, and that gift is our faculty, your teachers, and your parents. Seniors, your parents have sacrificed a lot for you to be able to walk across this stage tonight, and your teachers have been there every step of the way. While this is my first year at Winston, I've spent the past 30 years in education, and I'll put this faculty up against any other school that's out there. This group of teachers cares more than any I have worked with in the past. Your parents and your teachers have given you the gift of an education that you cannot get anywhere else. And this is literally the gift that keeps on giving. Seniors, members of the audience, I would love for you to turn around, stand up, and give your parents and your teachers a round of applause. Okay, it's enough sentimentality. You guys can sit down. So we're on to the gift of words here, in no particular order. Austin Dodson. I'm going to start with Austin. He's worried already. Austin, the class of 2024 would like to recognize your intelligence, your sense of humor, and want you to know that although you don't speak very often, When you do, you are one funny guy. Your classmates find you kind, realistic, insightful, and honest. In addition, you speak Spanish, which they enjoy. You have an excellent work ethic that provided your friends with lasting memories, and perhaps most importantly, you have the best beard at Winston. Austin Dodson. Andrew Osborne. Andrew, it is no surprise to anyone that your classmates truly believe you are destined to become a successful actor one day. You are incredibly funny, and as more than one member of your class noted, you are very cool. The class of 2024 loves talking about movies with you and wants you to know how impressed they were with your senior project. Your classmates find you to be genuine, kind, and a great conversationalist. You are a person of faith, and your confidence defines you. As one student noted, you are probably the most amazing person I've ever met. Andrew Osborne. Kaysen Cornell. Kaysen, you have a delightful sense of humor. Your happiness is contagious, and you have nonstop positivity. Your classmates find you to be a great friend, a wonderful person to talk with, and someone who's able to make others feel welcome in a new environment. You have a true talent for making people feel better just by being with you, and you are great at making people laugh. Now let's get serious with the rest of this. You've got great hair. Your jewelry is always on point. Now, remember, this is a quote. You're cute. Okay? And they liked your senior project. That's a lot of stuff. Kaysen Cornell. Justin Sawyer. Justin, your classmates find you to be someone who can make them laugh and brighten dark times. You are a carefree spirit and bring a wonderful energy to a conversation. You've been a great friend to the class of 2024, and they believe you're an extremely talented basketball player with a bright future. Justin Sawyer. Stephanie Campbell. Stephanie, the class of 2024 believes you're an insanely creative person who can express themselves in wonderfully unique ways. They love having conversations with you and find your thoughts and ideas very interesting. You are a quiet, funny, passionate person, and they truly admire your support of human rights. Your classmates love how supportive you are and find you to be an extremely genuine person. You are a very determined and resilient classmate. Your confidence in yourself inspires others, and as one of your classmates noted, you're one of the kindest people I've ever met. Another member of your class stated, your openness with your gender gives me hope. And finally, you are cool. Stephanie Campbell. Eric Bardos. Eric, you've been a great friend to your classmates. You're always saying and doing strange and funny things. You've created awesome moments during your time with the basketball team. The class of 2024 finds you to be a kind soul with a great sense of humor, and they are impressed with how hard you work while still being able to create a balance of happiness in your life. You are a genuine person who looks out for others. Most importantly, your haircut is cute, and they like your deep voice. Eric Bardos. Mario Melendez. Mario, your classmates value your sense of humor, your kindness, and your good company. The class of 2024 finds your hunger for knowledge commendable, and they are impressed with your persistence and work ethic. You are a good conversationalist, funny, and a great friend. You are always ready with a smile, you are supportive of your classmates, and they appreciate your thoughtfulness. Mario Melendez. Morgan Mincer. Wait, where's Morgan? Class of 24, Morgan, finds you loyal, trustworthy, considerate, and a wonderful friend. You are seen as one of the smartest people they know, and your academic work and art are amazing. Your classmates appreciate their conversations with you, your sense of humor, and your cool style. You're funny, smart, and creative, and as one of your classmates has written, you are the whole package. Morgan Mincer. Jude McGuire. Jude, your classmates value your self-confidence and love your unique view of life. They find your art amazing and hope that you stay with it one way or another. You have a wonderful sense of humor. You're a great person to talk with and a very genuine friend. The class of 2024 would like to recognize your creativity and the ability to make people feel welcome. You're a kind person who advocates on their behalf and whose friendship they highly value. Jude McGuire. Adrian Carr. AJ, you are a strong, determined leader who is always willing to stay late and help others. Your classmates find you intelligent, funny, and immensely supportive of your friends. You are kind and genuinely care for other people. You're accepting of everyone, and your class appreciates your toleration for others. They are also impressed with your ability to speak your mind honestly, but with consideration. You're one of the sweetest people they know, and they consider you a wonderful friend. Adrian Carr. Julius Campos. Julius, the class of 2024 thinks you're very funny and they appreciate the way you can make them laugh, especially in class. They find you extremely intelligent, helpful, and they appreciate the effort you make to help others. You are often quiet, but they do not mistake that for indifference. Your classmates know you are a kind soul who has a passion for literature, history, and knowledge. They were incredibly impressed with your senior project and the efforts you make to pursue your passions. You're a great friend and they believe you have a very bright future in store. Julius Campos. Penelope Paredes. Penelope, your classmates find you to be one of the smartest people they know. They find you to be caring, generous, and a wonderful advocate for yourself and others. You have a great sense of humor, are very persuasive, and a great friend. The class of 2024 would like to recognize your strong work ethic, your persistence, and your creativity. They were impressed with your amazing senior project presentation and the product. And they also like that you drink coffee every day. Big. Penelope Paredes. Akash Nair. Akash, the class of 2024 would like to recognize your amazing talent as a piano player, musician, and composer. To them, you are the Mozart of Winston. More importantly, your classmates want you to know that they value your friendship and find you to be a charismatic, outgoing, and a very funny person. You are wonderfully talented, and your senior project was a fantastic example of what you can do. As one of your classmates noted, you are one of a kind and a pure soul. Akash Nair. Brian Valdez. Brian, your classmates describe you as the life of the party. You make people feel welcome in unfamiliar situations and are always willing to help others. The class of 2024 knows you are there for them when they need someone, and they appreciate your kindness and sense of humor. You're a wonderful athlete and a wonderful friend. And you have a cool mustache. Brian Valdez. Juliet Toronto. Juliet, you're friendly, warm, and kind. You have a great sense of humor, and your classmates feel very comfortable around you. You have a wonderful presence that draws people in, and they know they can rely on you. You are confident, expressive, very funny, and know how to take a joke as well. Your classmates find you to be kind, entertaining, and very tolerant. And you have good hair. Juliet Toronto. Congratulations to all of our graduates. Mr. Cornell will introduce the senior project. Senior, good, yep, okay.
We'll start with the department awards. The History Award is given to the senior who consistently demonstrated excellence in the area of historical studies. This award goes to a cautionary. The Mathematics Award, you know the spiel. This Mathematics Award goes to Justin Sawyer. The World Language Award, Mario Melendez. The Science Award is given to the senior who has consistently demonstrated excellence in the area of scientific studies. This award goes to Ms. Morgan Minson. The English Award also goes to Ms. Morgan Minson. Service awards are given to students who have been cooperative, thoughtful, helpful to the faculty and staff while approaching their academics with a positive manner and working to the best of their ability. The two service awards this year go to Brian Valdez and Adrian Carr. The Churchill Award is given to a senior who best represents the school community. This individual is a positive role model who sets wonderful example for others to follow and consistently demonstrates a positive attitude and perseverance. This year's Churchill Award goes to Mr. Austin Dodson. The Pay It Forward Award is given to a student who best helps others without expecting anything in return. They serve as an example for all of us by taking care of others to a new level. This year's Pay It Forward Award goes to Mr. Andrew Osborne.
Head of School Award is given to the student who best exemplifies the Winston School philosophy by attaining success in spite of their learning difference. My name is Michelle Early, and I am the chair of the Board of Trustees of the Winston School, and it is my pleasure to announce that the award, the Head of School Award, in recognition and appreciation of Ms. Evans' 40-plus years of service to the Winston School, shall now be known as the Rebbe Jackson Evans Head of School Award. I'll let you.
The winner of the 2024 Head of School Award, the Winston Upper School, Mr. Kason Cornell.
Dear Miss Evans, friends, teachers, and guests who are here, good evening. Thank you, Miss Evans, for asking me to speak today. It was a regular day on Monday till my parents received a phone call from Miss Evans. I was worried if I was going to be in trouble, but I found out that I was valedictorian for the class of 2024. I was shocked, but also excited to hear about it. Thank you. I did not expect to be the valedictorian of my graduating class. As a child, I was diagnosed with autism and struggled in elementary school. When the teacher read something to the whole class, everyone around me followed the book, took down notes, and discussed the story. I read along with everyone, but I did not understand the story. It seemed like I could read anything, but not understood a word of what I read. This problem affected everything in my life and made it difficult for me to express what I knew. So people thought I knew nothing. Of all the challenges I faced, this felt like the biggest to me. What I realized from working on my reading is that when I face something that seems scary, breaking it into small steps helped me overcome it. Progress does not come right away. It requires hard work. But the main lesson I learned was to believe in myself and not give up. This helped me later on, whether it was learning a new piano piece, preparing for a huge exam, learning to drive, facing a capstone project, or completing college applications. My musical education taught me how to break a big project into small steps and focus on finishing them without feeling overwhelmed. During the fall, I was so stressed from having to manage my regular schoolwork, the senior project research, college applications, and pre-screening recordings for my piano auditions. But this strategy of breaking a big task into small pieces helped me. I was very nervous when I joined Winston in 8th grade. I was not sure how I was going to adjust and if I would have friends. I got into the school and it was a completely new experience. My teachers knew how to teach me in different ways and have been so patient answering my questions and explaining things I did not understand. They have supported me not just with my schoolwork, but also when I am nervous or mess up or struggle with technology. They have taken so much time during classes and outside classes to help me with my English essays, science lessons, monologues for drama, college applications, cafeteria struggles, and challenges I can't share here. I have made so many friends throughout my years at Winston. I have some great memories like my friends quinceanera rehearsals all the time at choir and coffee house, my friends at the lunch table, ISA's trips, senior lunch and outings, and all of our musical theater rehearsals. I love how all of us cheer for each other, whether it is for a basketball game, a theater play, senior project presentations, or a choir performance. If it had not been for the support and love that my friends and teachers have given me, I would not have been where I am today. The people that had the most influence in my life were my parents and Dr. Brett Sarin. They believed in me and my ability to overcome my challenges. When I went to elementary school, the teachers would give me simple work compared to the rest of my classmates. But my parents fought hard to get others to believe that I could do what any other student could do. Because of them, I have been able to set big goals and reach them. My piano teacher, who I've known since I was 3 years old, believed in me, had very high expectations for me, and he gave me all the support that I needed. These 5 years at Winston have made me realize that I can accomplish anything, even if it seems challenging. I have learned that I do not have to be afraid to ask for help when needed. While I'm going to miss all of my friends and teachers when I leave Winston, I'm very excited for my next adventure. I hope that we all get to stay in touch with each other as we move on with our lives. Since I will be at SMU this fall, I hope to visit Winston, meet, and support everyone. Thank you again to my family, friends, and teachers for all that you have done for me. Thank you.
The faculty, administration, and board of trustees of the Winston School have certified that the following students will have met the requirements to receive a high school diploma in the state of Texas.
Follow him. Eric Andrew Bardos.
Stephanie Landon Campbell.
Maximilian Julius Isaac August Campos.
Adrian Noel Carr, National Honor Society President, World Cultures Academy, and Leadership Academy.
Kason Michael Cornell, National Art Honor Society, World Culture Academy.
Austin William Dodson, National Art Honor Society, Fine Arts Academy President, Leadership Academy.
Jude Alexander McGuire, Fine Arts Academy, World Culture Academy.
Mario Giuseppe Melendez.
Morgan Fay Mincer, National Beta Club, National Art Honor Society, National Honor Society.
Akash Adev Nair, National Honor Society and Class Valedictorian.
Andrew Samuel Osborne, International Thespian Society.
Penelope Priscilla Paredes, National Honor Society, Leadership Academy, National Beta Club, and Class Salutatorian.
Justin Alexander Sawyer, Fine Arts Academy, Leadership Academy.
Juliet Rose Taranjan, National Honor Society and World Cultures Academy.
Brian Anthony Valdez II, World Cultural Academy, Leadership Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our very great honor to present to you the Winston School graduating class of 2024.
Move your tassels.
You may move your tassels at this point.
I guess I'd be a hero, sword and armor clashing, looking semi-dashing, a shield within my grip. Or else I'd be a Viking and live a life of daring, while smelling like a herring upon a Viking ship. I'd sail away, I'd see the world, I'd reach the farthest reaches, I'd feel the wind, I'd taste the salt and sea, and maybe storm some beaches. That's who I'd be, that's who I'd be. Or I could be a poet and write a different story, one that tells of glory and wipes away the lies. And to the skies I throw it, the stars would do the telling, the moon would help with spelling, and night would dot the eyes. I'd write a verse, recite a joke with wit and perfect timing. I'd share my heart, confess the things I earn, and do it all while rhyming. But we all learn, but we all learn. An ogre always hides, an ogre's fate is known. An ogre always stays in the dark and all alone. So yes, I'd be a hero, and if my wish were granted, life would be enchanted, or so the stories say. Of course I'd be a hero, and I would scale a tower to save a hothouse flower and carry her away. But standing guard would be a beast, I'd somehow overwhelm it. I'd get the girl, I'd take a breath, and I'd remove my helmet. We stand and still, we speak out love, we feel the stars ascending. We should have kissed and I'd find my destiny. I'd have a hero's ending, the perfect happy ending. That's how it would be, a big, bright, beautiful world, but not for me. An ogre always hides, an ogre's fate is known. An ogre always stays in the dark and all alone. So yes, I'd be a hero, and if my wish were granted, life would be enchanted, and so the stories say. Of course I'd be a hero, and I would scale a tower to save a hothouse flower and carry her away. The perfect happy ending, that's how it should be. This next section is not directly on your program, but if I can have the senior faculty sponsors join me on stage just very quickly. There's a line in one of my favorite movies called Almost Famous, where they say the greatest gift that you can give somebody is the gift of your time. And seniors all throughout this year, your family members gave their time to create moments, to create new different lunches, and to really just shower their love upon you as you were going throughout this year. And so I hope that you recognize that and appreciate that. There were every group has to have leaders within it to help coordinate and rally in all the cats. And I'd like for us to recognize our two leaders this year. That was Cindy Carr. Go back here, come on up, Cindy. And also Mandy Clymer. just had to surprise you all. Our benediction as we close out tonight, which is a very, very special night for many different reasons. I'll leave you with just some things to consider as you head out into the world. As we talked about today, your class day, this is earlier was one of the last times that you would walk out as a student. Tonight, you are walking out as an alumnus. And the first thing that I'll say is come back and visit often. When I look to the back row, back there, I see many of our great alumnus. Please, please, please come back and see us. It is the greatest gift for a teacher to see you and hear how you're doing as you go through your journey, this next step of your journey. In 1959, roughly 64 years ago, right around today, a young man named Robert Zimmerman graduated high school in a small school in Minnesota called Hemming High School. He had attended the same building since he was in roughly the 2nd grade. That year, as an aspiring musician, his high school yearbook quote read, "I hope to be as talented as Little Richard," who was a musician. And his activities were listed as World Cultures Club and Latin Club. Anyways, he later changed his name to Bob Dylan. And since then, he's become the recipient of the Nobel Prize in Literature, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, 10 Grammy Awards, an Academy Award, and the countless others, and also a nickname that, as one journalist says, bristles bristles at your back, and who is the voice of a generation, and who has probably spawned many, many Bob Dylan impersonations. He said, my hometown high school, my brains and feelings are where they come from. It is his lyrics for a song that he later wrote in his career that I hope that you take with you tonight. So that was the prelogue. Here's the takeaway. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the lights surrounding you. May your hands always be busy. May you always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. To bring us more recently and even more locally, I quote the 1989 graduate of Booker T. Washington High School, the musician Erykah Badu. We have a number of alums who come from Booker T. Speaking of what high school meant to her, she said, "There are no other place than my high school when it comes to nurturing my gifts." And later, showing the gifts of interest, self-perception, so many of you have, she said, about her early days. There's something really sacred about this air, about the song of the birds, about the amount of oxygen that comes out of the trees. It's just so much molecular, and there's billions and billions of atoms of creativity flowing around this area, and I can feel it in my memories every time I come here. Every day I see the creativity flowing around here over and over and over again. From acting, from singing, from 3D art, from 2D art, from a really great idea expressed well, from your writing, the list goes on. My hope for you, class of 2024, is to continue to see and appreciate the unseen gifts that life may reveal to you now. Face any challenges, knowing that there is an army of parents, of teachers, friends, loved ones, even books and songs that will lead you and guide you. Never ever forget to ask that one difficult but powerful phrase when you need it. can you help me? And always be available when someone takes that courageous step to say to you, yes, I will. And never, ever, ever, please diminish the myriads of gifts that each of you possess. We see these every day. Those are your superpowers. Remember, not everyone has your unique gifts or perceptions that you have. And by using those, you will improve so many lives around you. And as you may get older, just remember every now and then again to think of Winston and stay forever young. Congratulations.